Brofist to you all. Welcome to fucking Legendary Friday. I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it. I'm all over it. Ian Agosta's told me. As my guild would say repeatedly, that is how we deal with the situation. What's going on, you absolutely tremendously wonderful people? How is going on? What a tremendous week we've had. So busy, so fun. We played games. We had all sorts of stuff. We finished pretty much finished the Legacy. We're going out on Sunday to you wonderful Patreon people. Ooh, and instantly jumping into the next one, which Ghosty's already working on.
Hello!
Hello! Working on those fucking Legacy videos for that wonderful Christmas. So you guys have a great, great old December. Working our fucking balls off. On that note, on the Patreons, you're getting a blog from my wife tonight. I don't know what's in it. I promise nothing. I promise nothing. I promise nothing at all. But there you go. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. Yes, so lots of stuff going on in the channel as you've seen. I'm introducing the new show, which is starting to pick up. We knew it was going to be a slow burner, but it's getting there now. Just a little bit every now and again. People are getting used to it. But many of them concern it's like it's too much content, Preacher. You're streaming all day. There's videos in the nighttime, and then you're back again the next day. But don't worry, we're easing it into a schedule which won't suit everybody. We know that. But will be good enough because our system's pretty good. I think so anyway. So, with that said, with more palm reading, really, we do have a web show tomorrow. We're hoping that if any of you own Dead by Daylight, we might have a bit of a Dead by Daylight thing at the end where I'll probably hunt you down and kill you and do all those kind of things. We'll probably have some horror VR again at the end of the show, but we have lots to talk about. Of course, we did have, as I said at the beginning of the show, this confirmation of all this extra stuff that is going on with Legendaries. We will talk about that, as well as some leveling stuff, as I've been doing the tanking series this week, where we've been getting many of you back into tanking. So a big thank you to everybody who contacted me saying I didn't have the confidence to tank, and you're jumping in there feet first. All fucking good and stuff. All right, excellent. So let's have some drama, shall we, you wonderful people? Now I should warn you. I need to warn you. It's trigger worthy. It's trigger worthy in terms of, look, I'm going to use a couple of phrases that are popular at the moment. It's trigger worthy in terms of the cringe. It's trigger worthy in terms of the cringe. It absolutely is. And that's something you really need to be aware of. You really need to be aware of before we get started, because yeah, it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. I'm already triggered. I'm already triggered, yeah. So just be aware. Just be aware. Pre-triggered. I know you guys can all handle it. You guys are sinister in so many ways. Sinister in so many ways. So I'm going to open us up with this wonderful one, which embodies everything. And I actually found rather a surprising story, if I'm being honest. You guys can take your guesses if I could spell. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. There we go. And we're going to need a lady, a good lady. Let me check the old Patreonus. Let's have, although I don't think it's a lady, but we can pass it as a lady, which will do nicely. Beautiful, beautiful you. And we'll have you. Yeah. And we need a boy. It will be, oh yeah. Beautiful. Perfect. Right. There we go. Awesome. We got everybody in there? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. So what do we want to guess? Is double gay? Gay in the closet? It's a little worse than that, in my opinion. Okay. Hello, Preacher and Ghost Fam, if present and lit.
Hello!
Confirmed. I'll just jump straight into it. Are you ready? Are you ready, ladies and gents? Now, I don't know about the rest of the England very much, but I can certainly tell you that there is a stigma attached to World of Warcraft in the South.
Dirty South.
The dirty, filthy Southerners of our country, where you're all weak and soft compared to us Northerners who work in the mines.
Tough as bollocks.
Tough as balls, as they're out moist to go on me chips. as the hell wants to go on me chips. The stigma attached is not one of a neckbeard. It is, of course, of the super skinny, ultra nerd scum. Yet, at the age of 40, to have the capability of growing a mustache. Yeah? Now, we just call them Southerners. You dirty northern pigs. Admittedly, now I'm in the second year of college, which would be about 17 years of age. No one really gives a fuck about other people anymore. Can confirm. Can confirm. By the age of 17, just don't care anymore. Just don't care. But back in high school, I felt like I was risking all my popular points by just playing World of Warcraft. Not telling people about it, just playing World of Warcraft, yeah? Don't want to be unpopular in high school, mate. How will you have that first BJ where you come in 5 seconds? She's going to do it. She's going to do it. Oh my God, it's happening. Oh, I'm done. Okay, thank you. Love it.
Did I just call?
Yeah. Did it go in your mouth? Yes. Yes. I started playing 6 years ago, and I've only ever told my closest group of friends that WoW is a large part of my life. A large part of my life. Sure, they take the piss, but I'm used to it. It's just bants, mate, yeah? It's just bants. The problem was that I never told them that WoW extended past just being a hobby for me. Yeah. I was honestly obsessed with World of Warcraft. Letting this fact get out to people at school felt like it would have been social suicide. It's hard to believe. I mean, I'm not in that zone, as you can probably tell. But it's hard to believe that gaming is still frowned upon in high school and stuff. Really? I mean, there was nothing shy about gaming when we were in high school, mate.
No, mate!
But we did go to an all-boys school. We did go to an all-boys high school, so maybe if there was girls there, we would have felt differently. Although I doubt it. No. Gaming and wrestling were all I was. It was me. Here's where the title of this story becomes relevant. I was the embodiment, the soul, the essence of what I have termed the closet cringe. For example, ladies and gentlemen, doing things so utterly anus-tightingly cringeworthy while trying to keep it all hidden away from my real life. When I was 13 years of age, I created a WordPress blog, the free version, of course, as I was too young to afford my own WordPress account, on which I wrote plenty of amateurish articles on subjects ranging from leveling alts to the LFR Throne of Thunder. I have to say, Preacher, that the vast majority of my posts were in fact me just apologising to my 5 readers about not writing more. Aww. Oh, hey, we all did that. I did that. I missed like 1 day of uploads and like made a video like, I'm so sorry, bros. So sorry. I missed a day. I'm fucking sorry. I'm so sorry. We all do that. You gotta look after the fucking... You gotta look after the team, right? You don't get here if you don't look after the team, man. When I was 14, I went a step further and made my own YouTube channel. 5 readers wake me up inside. Hey, you've been there the day I got 1 sub on YouTube. What a day that was.
Should get him an alarm clock, mate. Can't wake up.
You guys are a bunch of bastards. Right? Fostered this bastardized you. Look at you guys. I made my own YouTube channel. I racked up almost 400 subscribers with help from other up-and-coming YouTubers like Hellscream, now known as Crucial, with a K, mate, who hit 100k subs, and Big Matty. Come back soon, you lovable Aussie bastard. One of my videos even got featured on Kotaku, the clickbait scum hive, and there it received over 10,000 views. It was possibly the happiest day of my entire year. things seems like they were going pretty swell, right, guys? Pretty swell. Well, online, anonymously, yes. But I was constantly panicked and living in fear of my real-life friends finding out about my YouTube channel and WordPress blog. Every day you had to wake up with that fear. Just put yourself in his shoes, yeah? Put yourself... While you sat there laughing, put yourself in his shoes, right? Every day he woke up in a sweat, thinking that might come out. The age of 15, I began to realise that my content was fucking bad. Really bad. And should my friends find out, would tighten the arse cheeks of them with such force that they would be sent soaring to the stars, fueled by my cringe. In January 2015, though, I broke up with my girlfriend, the beautiful Sadaz. Sadaz, who was the only one who knew about my YouTube channel. Sadaz was pretty upset, and I was petrified that in order to get revenge on me, she would open the closet and reveal all my secrets. Before she could, I deleted every video off my YouTube channel, changed the channel name and the logo, and moved on with my life. Woo! Save, mate. Save. Save. Still, Sadaz didn't tell anyone, because she knew it was important to me. You see? You see what I mean? You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. That's all you need to do is have faith. Months passed. I'm finally living my life for the first time in years without the fear of my ousting as a super nerd. Until autumn 2016 dawned upon us. The cringe began to leak through the cracks. I was pissing about doing World Quest when suddenly my best mate, Lani, messaged our Facebook group. Don't you hate it when you get lost in Suramar, mate? I was befuddled. None of them had ever touched World of Warcraft. There is no way that Lani could know what Suramar was. I paused. Waited. I simply replied, "What?" Question mark. Like, what are you talking about, Lani? You dumb fuck. And left it at that. A couple of minutes later, Lani messaged the chat again. Mate, boy, do I love Gen Greymane's coat though, mate. Well, good coat. It clicked. Lani had found my Reddit account. These were all references to posts that I had recently made on the WoW subreddit. I asked Lani how he'd found out about my Reddit username. And he told me when we were on a college trip to Greece in April, he saw it on my phone. He had waited until I had made a few more posts on our WoW and eventually would allow him to have the ultimate piss take ammunition. Lani had played the long game. Oh, yes. Lani didn't just jump in heads first. He was totally waiting for you to fucking post on some weirdo subreddit like I love pregnant belly buttons or some fucking nonsense. I guarantee that exists. I almost guarantee it. I guarantee that. I was honestly quite impressed with his patience and dedication to the bants, so I laughed along with it. There wasn't really anything too cringeworthy there. Got a separate account, have you, mate? I deleted the post promoting my YouTube videos long time ago. There was to be a turning point soon afterwards, however. A turning point who came in the name of Price. Price was a new addition to the main group of friends, and I really appreciated it, seeing as he's a genuinely nice and funny guy. Oh yeah, Price. He's only the other one out of the 11 of us in our chat and our group of friends that plays WoW. We added each other on the battle swag. Everything was kosher. Until one fateful day. What did Price do? What did Price do? Don't say kill Makarov. What did Price do? What did he do? Price. My man Price. My man Price. Googled my character to find me on the armory. This would have been fine if it wasn't for the fact that I had linked my battle tag to my Warcraft movies profile. Once it's on the internet, man. Once it's on the internet, you're fucked. You're fucked. You see, back then, when I was still YouTubing, I had linked all my videos onto warcraftmovies.com from the YouTubes. Since then, I had completely forgotten about this. Price was able to see the title of every video that I had created. Though he wasn't able to view them, seeing as I had linked them on Warcraft Movies from YouTube, and I deleted all the videos from YouTube. For some reason I cannot work out to this day, however, he was able to watch one of them. Possibly the worst of them. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no way in hell you could guess what video our man made. And it was the video that our good friend Price found and watched. So I'm just going to describe it for you. It was a video consisting of the Wrathgate cinematic, but I had used my microphone and squeaky teen voice to dub over the official voice acting and create what I thought was really, really funny. Pretty true, it was the worst thing I'd ever made. And there it was. Don't worry about it, Arthur. You'll be alright. I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to be in front of many thousands of people who watch this video, right? Including these wonderful, kind-hearted people in our chat right here. I'm going to let you in on a secret cringe that I did that got exposed by a bunch of my friends. I was the only one who had a PC during the N64 era of high school. I had a microphone as well. Didn't need it. Had one. And being like what you are at that age, probably like 15 or 16 years old, maybe something like that, you try and configure everything on your PC, even shit you don't use. And it's one of those desktop mics, you know, with like the dick that comes out of it and points at you, and like stares at you like a Jap's eye. You know the one. And in order to test the microphone, I recorded myself singing REM's It's the End of the World as We Know It. But I did only know about 4 lines of the song. So it consisted of me singing, it's the end of the world as we know it. It's the... just over and over. Yeah. And I saved the file. Now, I had several friends, as you can probably imagine at some point. And while I was downstairs in the kitchen, I returned to find 4 of them who were at my house that day, sat at my PC, playing that song and laughing their asses off. So, don't worry, you'll get over it, because I got over that. But boy, did I feel like a dick. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. If it happened now, though, I'd probably find it all the bants. But at the time, I did feel like my penis had left me, and I should probably just leave. I should probably get my coat from my own house. So there you go. Don't worry about it. The cringe closet had opened. And oh boy, it was flowing. It was flowing. All of my buddies now know of all of my videos, and the blog too, seeing as I had linked that on my Warcraft Movies profile as well. And you know what really sucks, Preacher? I don't think there is a way of deleting videos or a profile of WoW movies, because I fucking tried. I fucking tried. If there is, then please someone say so in chat, because goddamn I need it. That's pretty much my tale of where I am right now. Just a whole load of cringe and living in fear of it being revealed. No one cares what other people think anymore now that I'm in 2nd year of college, which is a very welcome change. But every now and again, the guys do voiceovers of the Wrathgate cinematic, which they don't understand, but they do like to remind me. I just remembered I have a history essay due to tomorrow, and I spent an hour writing this. Fuck. Yeah, you should probably... You just opened Word, didn't you? You opened Word to write your essay, your history essay, and thought, fuck it, I'm writing drama time instead. Which I appreciate, and so does my chat. I'm not going to link his name. I'm not going to link his name for you guys to terrorize. I don't want you to do that. This story I'm about to read you guys. This story is bad. We had a similar story a couple of weeks back, but it's going to go so much further. That's my title. Just who is the worst? Because I'll be honest, I love everybody who writes into Drama Time. The show doesn't exist without you guys. But sometimes I read drama stories, and it seems like the authors are really oblivious to the part they played in this. And this is one of those stories. This is one of those tales. So, here we go. You're going to like this one, Andy. We'll have Norston. We need a girly, as you can probably imagine. If you guys want to pick a guild name, you can do. Tree. Tree will be, and I need another boy, who will be British. Rock on, Mr. British. Okay. All right. Okay. Fix the in. What did I do? Oh yeah, sorry. I have to write on a wireless keyboard. It was £10 for a wireless keyboard and mouse combo from Logiswag. Look at that. Ooh, how exciting is that? Look at this shit. The twat. Alright, you can have the fucking twat wombles again, but it's the last time! It's the last time you're having it. No more. The instigator doesn't even come to drama anymore from today. What a happy time we'll all have. It's enough. And nobody will keep this dream alive. Alright then. Here we go. Dear Preacher, I've been an avid watcher of your videos for some time now, and I have especially enjoyed your Drama Time series. Some of the things that you hear that spiral from an online MMORPG really does tickle my pickle. Nice. But I never thought that I'd be writing you some drama of my own, as I've been playing since Vanilla WoW and never came across or been involved in any serious drama until literally these last couple of months. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm currently in a raiding guild that I have been in since sometime in Cataclysm, called the Twat Wombles. We have always been a fairly average guild. We clear every raid on heroic and usually get a few mythics down each tier, but we're not amazing. We're fine with it. But in this guild we have a very, very close relationship with everyone due to our main raid team hardly ever having any roster changes since Mr. Pandaria. This story involves only a few of our raid team, a protection warrior, a wife, and a husband, and a holy paladin, and a restoration shaman. So they're only in it very, very minorly, so we'll add them from the chat as we go in. Our raid leader, a ret paladin called Methuselah, and myself from Team UK. Brexit. Hashtag Brexit. The story began with our raids, finishing around 9:30 UK time, right? A lot of the raid team would go to bed right after the raid due to work and other commitments. My best bro, Grey RL, would do a few mythics with me on his holy priest before he went to sleep. And then I would often find myself online until stupid o'clock in the morning on my own, where I'd either do world quests or level an alt. But something was different. The holy paladin in our guild, Tree, was up late too. So I asked her if she wanted to do her emissary box with me. So we did. We obliterated the 4 world quests. Yes. In no time. And then I was a little bored. So we did a heroic for the daily AP. And then after that we sat idle in Dalaran and we began to just talk. Our chat quickly became quite flirty. We had a great time, spent all night laughing, giggling, trading flirty comments to each other, and before we knew it, it was 6 AM, so off to bed we went. I'll box your emissary, mate. Show me your emissary box, though. Woo. I thought nothing of it. At this time, I had known Tree for around 3 years, but never really spoken like that before. It was nice, and I really enjoyed being around her. So this continued after every raid night, and we were slowly getting closer and closer each day. And one night she whispered me saying that she was going to take a shower. And then before I knew it, my Facebook made a sound. Mate. I switched over to the good book to check what it was. It was Tree, sending me a semi-nude. So close. We almost made it. Selfie from her bathroom. Towel over the tits. Classic ploy. Classic. When she came back to WoW, she whispered me asking, did I get her pic? And I told her all the thoughts that were rushing through my mind. The things I would do to her. The chat we had that night was a heck of a lot more flirty, and it was fucking epic. Fucking semi-nude. No, dude. I thought that this girl was incredible. She looked amazing, was as filthy as she is funny, and even though I mentioned she was from Team Bulgaria, she actually lived in the UK. Got a bit of that exotic spice, lads. Not bad. And I really began to like her. My problem, though, she was married. Her husband was Norsten, a resto shaman, also in our raid team. That is a problem, isn't it? Now, I would like the chat to gather their thoughts on Tree. Me and Tree would talk every single night. We would stay up really, really late. This then transpired into being on Skype while Norsten was at work. During this time, we would tell each other how much we liked each other, but neither of us really mentioned Norsten, even though he was obviously a major factor in our coupling, if you will. During raids, we would whisper each other flirty messages, which was risky as fuck because I knew Norsten sat at his computer pretty close to Tree, but we did it anyway. Outside of WoW, we would Facebook message each other every morning before I went to work. One day, though, she asked if I could stop fucking using Facebook messages as it'd pop up on the phone all the time, and she was scared of Norsten catching one of my messages. So I asked her, is there any way I can message you that won't pop up on your phone each time? And she said, oh yes, I could email her, as she has not made them include notifications. So each night before bed, we sent each other an email. And each morning before I got to work, we sent each other another one. And these emails became detailed, descriptive, nice, and full of creativity and imagination. We would not only flirt, but she would actually tell me how much she wanted to be with me. How much she visioned a future with me instead of Norsten. This made my heart flutter twice fast, preacher. I genuinely liked this girl a lot, but never ever thought we had a chance, and she not only was with someone, but was married. I told her how much I liked her back, how surprised I was, but happy with what she said to me. At this point, though, she asked me to think of an excuse to go and visit them in their home in London. We're about to get topical. We tried to think for quite some time of a reason that would make sense for me to go and stay with her and her husband for a few nights. She suggested that I say that I'm visiting family, to which I thought it wouldn't make much sense when I end up spending all my day with not the imaginary family, but them. It's a trap. It's a filthy tart, says the chat. When I got home from work, we decided to do some mythic dungeons. We did Neltharian's Lair. Yes. During the entire dungeon, we would all be on Discord having a nice time, but simultaneously during this dungeon, me and Ellie was doing our usual flirty whispers. We got to the big-tongued snake thingy boss. I don't even know his name. Narlex, where I heard a loud gasp from Tree. She got a legendary. This was fairly early into the expansion, and she was the first raider to actually get one of those lovely orange items. Everyone else in Discord was either super salty or congratulating her. I then said something in Discord along the lines of, "Fuck this game, mate. I am never getting a legendary." To which Tree replied, "I thought that too. But I got one, and you'll get one soon." I protested to her that I will not get one. And then she had a bright idea in her head and said, if I'm right, and you get a legendary, you have to come and visit me and Norsten in London. At this point, Norton actually even agreed, which made me feel a little guilty, as he didn't know what was going on. Anyway, I said, sure, good deal. Next dungeon, we did Blackwood Hole, Mythic 2 or 3, can't remember. And we did it within the 2 chest timer. So right at the end, I wait until the last to open the chests. The loot has been distributed to the other players. I breathe in and click the chest. And fuck my nutsack. There it was. Nice and orange. Pridders. I was that excited I actually fell off my chair. But being a swag motherfucker, my headset did not fall off. Saved it. Saved it. Saved it, mate. Saved it, mate. So know what? I actually heard Tree scream down Discord with excitement. When everyone calms down, Tree immediately says to me, well, you gotta come and see us now. To which I agreed to. Although I definitely got the feeling that all the rest of the guild thought we were full of shit and no way I was actually going to see them. So a week later, and much discussion with Tree about when to come and see her, we arrange a day. And I do exactly that. I live in Birmingham myself, and to go to London is fairly easy on the train. I sent her a picture of myself on the train on Facebook Messenger. And she told me how excited she was to see me. I must have got there about 3 p.m. She came and met me at the train station. The first thing she did was give me a huge hug, and she walked me to her apartment. When we got there, she said she had to call Norsten, so I waited until she did that. She spoke to him for a little while in Bulgarian. I didn't understand a thing. And then she passed the phone to me. I said hello to Norsten on the phone. And then Norsten followed up with, what are you doing with my wife? To which I almost swallowed my tongue and didn't say anything. And then Norsten followed up with a, JK mates, just bant. Welcome to our home. I hope you enjoy your stay. What a guy. This Norsten guy's a carry. I sighed with relief. I said thank you. He said he'll be home in the next hour and that he will greet me properly when he's home. Yeah? Bit of the old Bulgarian fucking cuddles coming up. Me and Tree got some drinks. Went back to her room and I used Norsten's computer for a little while and we played some WoW. Did our emissary boxes together. And it all felt so weird being next to this person I'd been flirting with. But it got to a point. It got to a point where our shyness broke and we wouldn't shut up talking. It all felt so great. We really got on well. Later that night, Norsten came home, and we all spoke about how weird it was to be in the same room with online people and hearing voices and putting them to faces after knowing each other in the guild for literally years. When the clock hit 6:30, it was raid time, y'all. Not passing that up. It's raid time, y'all. And they said they planned ahead and got one of their old PCs out into the kitchen so I could raid. So that's what I did. I sat in their kitchen of their apartment, joined Discord, and all three of us were sharing the story that I was at their house. I come to visit them, and the guild was really surprised, but thought it was fucking awesome. On to the raid we go. During our raids, we tend to have 2 or 3 5-minute breaks. During the first break, Tree came into the kitchen, stood behind my chair. I asked her if she was okay, and she put her arms all the way around me and whispered into my ear, I'm so glad that you came here. Thank you. We spoke a little bit and then the 5 minutes were up and it was time to go back to raiding. During the next break, both Tree and Norsten came into the kitchen this time to see how I was. Asked if I needed any drinks, snacks, and then they went back to raid. During the third and final break, Tree came into the kitchen, spoke to me for a little while, and then before going back into her bedroom to rejoin the raid, gave me a little kiss on the cheek. All the while, Norsten's in the other room. We continued the raid. The first thing she whispered me when she got back was the ultimate sign. It was the winky face emoji. I knew I was balls in. And then I'm sat there, trying to deeps a progression encounter, thoughts running through my mind. And of course, I had an enormous erection. Bastard. Bastard. After the raid, Tree comes back to the kitchen and tells me that Norston is going to go to sleep as he's up for work at 8 AM. And asked me if I wanted to watch a movie on her tablet on the sofa bed, which is where I'd be sleeping that night. I agreed. We cuddled up to each other on the sofa bed watching Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. Bro. 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 What? The Pick of Destiny? No. Tablet movie. I'm going to go to bed instead. Oh, good God. I know. During which we had a few makeouts every now and then. Even though right on the other side of this wafer-thin wall was the sofa bed where Norston was sleeping. After the movie, Tree goes back to her and Norston's room to sleep, and I get myself comfy and ready to sleep. While my mind is constantly assessing the situation here, I drift off to sleep. Yeah, the fucking sheets were stuck to your fucking pants in the morning. What is so shit? You ain't going to sleep with that kind of boner. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Shit's got to be dealt with. It's got to be dealt with. Just going to go to the toilet, mate. Be back in like fucking 20 seconds or something. The next morning. You know he did. You got to. You don't want to be blue balls the next day. You'll never get out of bed. The next morning, I woke up to Tree playing with my hair. When she notices that I'm awake, she kisses me at the top of my head and says, "Come," and walks into her room. I wake up, make my way in there. When I get in there, I see it's just her in bed, and I remember that Norston is at work, paying for her to fucking live there. She asked me to join her in bed. I did not say no, boys. Jumped in, snuggles, got a kiss going, and before you know it, the Bavarian beef was touching Bulgaria. After we finished fooling around, we both took a shower. We both took a shower. And then we didn't really speak of what just happened. But you could see that it was what she wanted. She wasn't regretting it. Later that day, when Norston came home, I said goodbye and took the train back to Birmingham. I didn't really message Tree on the way home due to Norston being with her, but sent her an email asking her if she was okay with everything that had just happened. An hour or so later, I got a reply, and she explains that she loved everything we did, kissing to everything we did in her bed, and she told me that she wanted me. She wanted me. Oh, the trigger's coming. The trigger's coming, guys, don't worry. The next day, we're doing our emissary box once again on WoW together. And Tree explains to me how us getting so close is a really good thing. She's not happy with Norston. No. Behind closed doors, Norston sometimes shouts, says nasty and undeserving things. But he does threaten to hit her, apparently. And above all else, he's wanting them to go and live in America together. And she does not want to live in America. She told me that she was very, very unhappy with life with Norston. And was scared of a future in America. And wanted something new, something different, something exciting. Which I was giving her. Oh yes. She then asked me to go to Sweden with her for a couple of days. She was going to there to meet one of her friends. To which I was surprised, but I immediately agreed to go. We both bought tickets, and we were both very excited. Next day, they're going to Sweden. The guild is on Discord, and Tree tells our raid leader, Methuselah, that she won't be here for a couple of the raid nights as she's going to Sweden. But just then, Yanks Out Now, our Swedish tank, said, "What part of Sweden are you going to?" And she said, "Gothenburg." Yanks Out Now responded by saying, "I live right near there. We should totally meet up for coffee." There was a pause. And Tree replied, "That sounds awesome. Let's do that." I could tell in her voice that she had done goofed. So rolling forward 2 weeks, I meet Tree in London. We go to board our flight to Sweden. I told Methuselah I won't be able to make the raids for the next couple of days. Just on an unrelated note, mate, raid leader Methuselah, I'm also not going to be there for the next 2 days. For no reason in particular. Just saying, mate. Please don't read too much into it. The excuse I came up with is that I was working nights at work. And he accepted that. And off we went. While we were in the airport and waiting to be able to board our plane, though, Tree texts her phone. And Methuselah has messaged her asking, is our author going to Sweden with her? Tree goes into a panic like crazy at the thought of this getting to Norsten. And she tells him, no way, that's crazy. Isn't he working nights or something? I don't know. We don't really talk that much. Methuselah simply explained that it happened to be a very strange coincidence that both of you said you were going away now for the exact same time period. Like it was an alibi. I called Pritesh, my friend. I called Pritesh, my friend, before I got on the plane and asked him to log my WoW account for a little while each morning and say something in guild chat like, wow, that night shift was tough. Whew. And then log out a little while later. Pritesh, being the super bro, had my back and actually said to me, go and get that puss. So I got on that plane feeling a little bit more relieved. Pritesh with the carry. It's a Pritesh carry, that's what it is. When we got to Gothenburg, it's -3 degrees and snowing. But it's honestly a lovely place. We checked into our hotel room. She explained that we'll go and we'll meet up with... what was it? You outs now? You outs now? I think it was that. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. With you outs now and get that over with. To which I asked her if he knew I was here too. She said no. She followed on by saying, but if we go and see him and explain our situation, I know it's outs now. He will keep a secret for us. We went and we met him. And he was obviously a little bit shocked to see me too. Yank's out now. Got it. He was obviously a little shocked to see me too. Trees explained that we were basically almost, pretty much, I guess you could say almost like Facebook exclusive at this point. And it was behind Norsten's back. But sooner or later, Trees is definitely going to leave Norsten. So can you kind of just keep your fucking mouth shut, Yank's out now? Yank's out now looks upon us with, obviously, a frown and disdain. He looks confused as well. But he then says to us that as a sweet bro, he will keep the secret. We went for a coffee, he took us to a few other places in the town, and then he fucked off, and we actually had quite a nice time. We went back to the hotel room, which was freezing, but we warmed up, mate, if you know what I mean. A couple of days later, we fly back to London. I kiss Tree goodbye and go to get my train. And she goes back to her apartment. What happens next completely fucks me up. Tree calls me. I find it strange that she's calling me literally 5 minutes after we left each other after spending so much time together, but I answer. She's crying so loud down the phone, and I can barely make out what she's saying, but I hear her say, he's gone. He's left me. He's taken everything. Please, can you come back? This phone call made everything seem very, very real. It sent chills down my spine. Unwillingly, I go back to her apartment. She's sat on the floor. She's crying. In a completely empty apartment. The computer, the monitors, her headset, her wardrobe, all the clothes, gone. Norsten had left and took it all. She then points to the bed, and preacher, this is the bit that freaked me out. On the bed must have been 600 to 800 pieces of A4 paper. On them, screenshots of mine and Tree's conversations on the good book, email, in-game whispers. He knew. Seemingly for quite some time. Or did he? It turns out a few weeks ago, Norsten had put something on Tree's computer so he could control her PC, which obviously meant he could see her screen. That allowed him to see her screen at any time. We knew this was the case, as some of the screenshots were of unsent whispers in WoW, where Tree must have been halfway through typing something, but then tried to delete it if he was coming over. After that, I spent a few days with Trees. Ruined. 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 I spent a few days with Tree. She was clearly upset. She wanted to leave this guy, right? And be in a relationship with me. But she had still spent 8 years with this guy before. They were married. I know she still had feelings for him, and the fact he took all her shit completely shattered her. She spent the entire day crying. Eventually on the evening, I did my best to make her giggle and smile, and it worked. She was slowly starting to feel better. The next day, I spoke to her about her future. I said to her how this has at least opened the door to a new chapter in our lives, and that we could be together properly now. And she agreed completely. Do 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 do. I don't want to wait. I don't think I could ever say that to my wife about anything. She would slap me in the face. She would totally wreck me. But the very next day, I woke up and noticed that Trees is laying next to me with her back to me, tapping away on her phone. I take a little glimpse over the shoulder. And I see that she is talking to Norsten. I asked her what he is saying, and she tells me he's on his way to the apartment to talk to her. Shit. I ask her if does he know I'm here though? Because I'll kick his ass in that. She said, "Don't worry, we'll talk in the lobby downstairs," and asked me to just continue sleeping or something. I was reluctant at first as I didn't want her to get upset at all. Or better yet, I didn't want Norsten to try and talk his way back with her. But I lay down, and eventually I did fall asleep a little bit. The next time my eyes opened, Tree is walking back into the bedroom, and I checked the time and she had been with him for 2 hours. I asked her if she's okay. She said, I'm fine. It's all good. And they had a chat about them in the future. She told me that Norsten had quit his job and he's returning to Bulgaria. Oh. I tried to stay sympathetic as I knew she was upset a little, but deep down, I thought, fuck yeah, we're actually going to get this shit on. That week, I spent another 2 or 3 days with her before going back home. Another week passes before Tree is able to get a new computer. But when she does, she sends me a picture message of her Battle.net launcher installing WoW. And I'm excited to play with her again. When she eventually gets on, we immediately start a guild mythic group and we start doing Mythic 7 Arcway. Oh, romantic. But halfway through the dungeon, Norsten joins the channel. 0 fucks given Norsten. Alright, what's going on? What's going on? I'm silent. Tree is silent. Even Pritesh is silent. Yanks out now, greets Norsten and asks how's it going? Why have you not been online for such a long time? Norsten replies with a, I've been better. And I guess it sucks having people ruin your entire life. Oh, hey, rest of you. The sarcastic end to the sentence was clearly aimed at me. And I was stuck on what I should say. After considering it for a moment, I decided that I would say nothing at all. This is the best plan. I'm just going to say nothing at all. I'm silent. Discord is now completely silent. Tree leaves the Discord call and calls Norsten on his phone and talks to him for the rest of the dungeon, leaving us to do 4-man Mythic 7 Arcway. Bro, whoa, wait a minute. You're throwing a fucking key away. Hey, that ain't jokes. That ain't jokes. Yeah, I know there's all this shit going on, but we're in the fucking middle of something here. That's not funny. That's not funny. You can't just be... No, you can't be bringing your personal shit into a mythic key. Yeah, chat. Come on now. Come on now. There's jokes and there's jokes. But you're making it 4-man it? That's not fun. A few moments later, Norston leaves Discord too. When the dungeon is over, I say that I should probably go too. Before I logged off Battle.net, I explained a very small portion of the situation to Methuselah, who's always been a good guy raid leader, and I apologise for bringing in what I quoted as Jeremy Kyle style drama. Later that night, Tree calls me on the phone. She's crying again. I asked her, why are you crying again? She tells me that she's having doubts. She's not quite sure what to do with her life. That she was considering letting Norston back into her life. Why would he go back? What? Dude, bro, Norston, you were the carry. You were the man. You were the dream. What? You scored. You slam dunked. You want to go back? You were working all day while she's fucking on your bed, bro. What? Everybody should just run away. It should be like, spread. Just get out of there. She must be sensational in bed. There's only one explanation for this. She is sensational. What a girl. She said she was considering letting Norston back into her life, but at the same time, she was thinking that she really wanted to be with me. Choices, choices, choices. I admit I was emotional on the phone too, in a way I've never experienced before. I told her to do what she thinks is right, and that if she picks Norston, I won't hate her, and I won't change my opinion of her.
Cock!
Thank you, sir!
Cock-a-doodle dickhead!
It's okay, you can leave me. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's okay. Ah! Why would you say that? What? Why would you still want to be with her? She's going back. What are you guys doing? She can't be that good in bed. Andy, your opinion. Your thoughts.
Mate. No, mate.
No way. No way.
Might as well be taking a dick going for the puss like that. Take a dick!
Man up and take a dick.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I really feel like I shouldn't have said that, as that seemed to ease the guilt in her dumping me, which she did. A few days later, after I finished work, she asked me if she could talk to me. She tells me that she's sorry for getting involved with me. She's really sorry for getting my hopes up, and that she thinks the whole thing with me was a massive mistake. Then she told me she's going to get back with Norston. Great. I went to Sweden with you, bro. I honestly didn't know what to say. But I told her how much I enjoyed the time I spent with her. Well, we did have a good time, didn't we? Eh, Andy?
What's up, pal?
We did have a good time. You've just broke up with me. We've just been through all this.
Funsies right.
I did sit there and get friend zoned. I bet he friend zoned yourself. Did he friend zone himself while he was there? Maybe. And although I was really sad that everything we talked about, everything we dreamed of over the last couple of months was all just gone now, I would get on my life and I would try not to think about it. So XCS is like looking at the good situation. Oh well, got laid. I like to say that getting over this situation was really difficult, but I spent a couple of hundred of the Queen's pounds on a holiday next year to Amsterdam with my buddy, and I forgot about everything. Hey! Bitcha, this is my long overdue drama from my experience with WoW. If I've learned anything, it's not to get involved with a married couple. Yeah! You should know that before you start. Yeah. You should know that before you start, is if you do that, it can get complicated. I don't know if you were aware, but if you start like a relationship with somebody who's married, it's possibly gonna get bad. Yeah. Life lessons. But do you know Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, what the most fucked up thing about this situation is?
She had a cock. She had a dick.
I'm still raiding in the same guild with Tree, with Norston, with Pritesh. And for me, it's the most awkward feeling ever knowing that I have banged our Resto Shaman's wife. God bless you, Preacher. And I hope you, Ghosty, and everyone watching this has a fantastic Christmas.
Lovely man.
Oh, good God, that story pains me so badly. That hurts the fucking soul, man.
Don't want to wear it, mate. Don't want to wear it.
Everybody sucks in that story.
Yeah.
Everybody sucks. He's out working all day and then still wants to get with the girl that he was obviously providing for while she was fucking some other guy.
Exactly.
And this guy was, at the time, was like, oh, you want to get back with your husband? That's cool. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Good God. We were right to be triggered. I did pre-warn you guys. I did pre-warn you guys.
Good point.
I did pre-warn you guys.
I wonder what his dick tastes like when he was kissing her.
Rough, man.
Right?
That's fucking
Right?
rough, man.
You got to think about
That's
it, pal.
rough.
She'd learned how
That's
to play
rough.
Titanic on the flute using his dick, then he's kissing her. What if he come in her mouth? Yeah? Oh, that's not stringy spit between your mouths. That's some guy's baby porridge. Leave you with that. Have a good weekend. Just saying, mate.
+1 for baby porridge. Alright, ladies and gents, that's not us done for the weekend. We are back tomorrow night with all sorts of shenanigans. All good stuff. To finish off our week with a lot of WoW talk and all kind of good stuff. All kinds of good stuff. So, the web show is tomorrow. If you're not coming, I shall be live on Monday. If you're a Patreon, you should be getting the Legacy on Sunday. You're getting some nonsense that Doodle-Doo Magic written tonight and all that good stuff. So everybody out there, have a wonderful weekend if I'm not going to see you tomorrow. And if I see you on Monday, awesome. If not, be good. And I'll see you at the next Drama Friday Live. All right, guys. Thank you all the live people. You guys make it worth. I'll see you again. Bye-bye. Let's use this mouse. Way! Ba-dunk.